Hey, we're with the owner and the founder of Optimal Fitness, and we're going to have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about how we got here today. It's such a blessing. So just hang out with us for a little bit because it's about to be a ride on this journey.
Optimal.
Optimal. Hey, Mick.
What's up?
Okay, so we're gonna start here. First of all, I'm gonna say Mick with the stick. We're gonna take you back before everybody can figure out how we got here with Optimal Fitness. We're gonna talk about Mick with the stick. So you started out in club promotions in Broward County.
Yes.
So you had a lot of success with that. So success is not new to you.
No.
You already know how to be a successful entrepreneur. So let's talk about how you even got into the whole club promotions thing.
So I'm of Haitian descent. Both of my parents are Haitian, from Haiti. Migrated over here. So it was always a struggle. So I had to find my own ways to make money and hustle, cut grass, sell shirts, do all kind of things. You say Jamaicans, Haitians, they got a lot of jobs. I was selling candy. I always had that hustling mentality in me. But when I got to high school, I used to go to a lot of house parties everywhere. Anywhere is a house party. Me and my Pompano crew was in the building. So we made a name, and I used to dance, juke, bop, so I was known for being good at that. So people started to know me. In high school, my birthday was coming up, and I was like, man, you know what? I go to all these parties and stuff, man. I'm gonna throw my own party. So me and my homeboy, Soldier P, shout out to Pastor P, man. He's a pastor now. He got a daycare, trucks. He doing good. Just give him a little plug. I'm like, bro, let's rent this spot out. Yeah, I think they wanted $1,000, $500 security deposit. I'm like, let's do it, man. We'll get people to come. So, of course, I made my flyers. This was the era of MySpace. Made my flyers. I sent out the chain text messages off my little Metro. We invested maybe $1,500. Of course, we got the $500 security deposit back. I got the local DJs, and I knew a lot of the local rappers. I got my man Choo Choo to perform. All of them came through and showed love, and it was a success. We made probably $4,000, close to $4,000. So, we made...
You doubled up.
Oh, we more than doubled up. So, we bust down. We was like, whoa.
Let's do it again.
Nah, I didn't say let's do it again. All the other all-age promoters, like, man, who is... all the promoters know each other. They ain't know me. They're like, man, who is this guy? So all of them, blitzed me afterwards, yo, let's do something together. I'm like, all right, lock my number in. I'm like, okay, I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
I do this again.
Okay.
So, that was my introduction. So, T West, Fro, Showtime, them, Stuntastics, Spody. I went to doing parties with all of them. Me and Spody was running mates for a long time, but I kind of got into it because they kind of came at me seeing that I could bring a crowd. So I was doing that my whole high school time frame, you know what I mean? And when I got out of I graduated high school, went to Deerfield High, I went to Ely too, and then I went to Zion private school, but I graduated from Deerfield High, played ball with Shoelace. That was fun, but when I graduated, I made an excuse and I ain't gonna go to college, but I ain't gonna lie, if I went to Tally, I'd have been the man,
Oh my God.
I'd have turned
Definitely, because that's a party town for family.
Yeah. So I was supposed to go to Tally, but I didn't go. 3 days after graduation, I caught a charge with my homeboy. We in the car, got pulled over. We caught a charge, caught a drug charge. They eventually dropped my charge. But
in that moment where you're like, okay, I should have probably went to Tally.
Nah, I just still kept, because you gotta think about it. I'm 18. I'm making more money than my teacher made. You're throwing parties.
Wow.
So it's like what I'm going to college for.
Right.
So I was using that as excuse, and then another excuse I was using man, my mom here, she need my help. That lady didn't need my help, man. That lady ain't.
Right. So you got a charge, and from that point,
I stayed down here. So staying down here, ripping, running with friends, throwing parties, I began to get into 18, 21 and up.
Okay.
Now I realized, damn, kids may party a few times in the weekend. Grown-ups party every day, every weekend.
Okay.
So I started, that was another type of money. So I went to get into that, and even more reason for me not to.
So at this point, you're kind of like one of the youngest promoters in Broward.
Yeah, one of the youngest promoters in Broward. So, and I'm running with all of them. So I'm looking at it like, man, I'm making all this money. I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Then I catch another charge with another homeboy.
This is like in the same time frame?
Same time frame. Not even months apart.
Months apart, okay.
Months apart, yeah. So I catch another charge. So ride around with homeboys, I end up catching burglary charge. I didn't do the crime, but you know, where I come from, you know, we keep our mouths closed. Boom, I catch charge. I probably should have went to trial out of beat it if knowing what I know now. But I could catch a charge, cop out of probation. I'm still down here. And I'm still throwing parties in the party. Parties ain't going nowhere. We lit. Mick with the stick is off the chain.
After that bond is posted,
I'm back at it. My homeboy Brett gave me that name. Anybody want to know where Mick with the stick came from? My white homeboy Brett just gave it to me and I ran with it.
Okay.
So that's where that name came from. So Mick with the stick is everywhere.
You had dreads.
Yeah, I had dreads. I used to have the gold. I even put a little piercing right here one time. I was off the chain. I was wild. I was lit, yeah. So, you know, that was cool, and I kept throwing up parties, but it's like, I didn't get into the streets until after I graduated. So it's like, I kept getting, because there's a fine line between that industry and in the streets. So I kept.
A very fine line.
Yes.
And I know you can be, we're going to talk about your mentoring things later, but a very fine line. Go ahead.
So I began to get deeper into the streets, you know, I began hustling because it's around, you know, everybody do it and it's around, it's accessible. So I began to start hustling. Again, ride around with a homeboy, taking him somewhere.
So we're on the third one, okay.
Taking him somewhere. Oh man, police get behind us. We try to shake them. The stuff get thrown out. They find it.
Wow.
I go to jail. I go to jail because I'm on probation at this point. So when I go to jail for probation, I do a year in the county. That's what I end up copping out to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you in there, man, you get smarter, but you just, sometimes you become a smarter criminal. You just don't get wiser. So, you know, I'm like, man, I blame all the right things. Well, if I wasn't doing this, or if I didn't do this, this wouldn't have happened. So, you know, I get out of jail after doing 365. I throw a big welcome home party. With $100 Will them, Sonny them, Peso them. It's crazy, off the chain, shut the city down.
Okay.
Pull up in the stretch limo, we lit. It's we climbing.
Okay, so after 365, you out, you have a welcome home party, and
you know, I'm still hustling because at this time,
hustling?
oh yeah, the hustle don't stop.
This is like the third time.
Yeah, the hustle don't stop. It's hard to get away from it because you don't know you have options. You think you don't have options. You think you don't have options, but you have plenty of options. Okay. You always have a choice.
So at the time, was it like, okay, I'm already in the system. Like I'm not gonna make any good money by having a regular job. Is that it?
System is set up for you to fail. Now at this time, I'm gonna say Florida because I can't speak on other states, especially South Florida, wasn't convict friendly. So it was very difficult for a convicted felon to obtain employment. It was very difficult for a convicted felon to really succeed because the system is set up for you to constantly be in it, so money could flow in, flow out.
Right.
That tax
and things have changed since then.
Yeah, they changed since then. At that time, yeah. So that taxpaying money when you was working, it was probably paying for my little bunk, my little 3 meals a day. Okay. You know, so it's set up for you to fail. So I eventually got out. Nothing changed.
You were still throwing the parties?
Still throwing the parties.
Okay.
Parties don't go nowhere. I think I violated again, but this time I got me some money though. You know, I ain't just spending it. I said I can't go in here with no rinky-dink lawyer. I got a big time lawyer, my girl Laura, cashed out. I was out like this. I think at that point they didn't let me out the first time. I threw a welcome home party. I wasn't even there, but it was thick though.
What? Rewind.
I do.
You had a welcome home
I
party?
was supposed to get a bond hearing and come out. They denied it. So
Wow.
I had a welcome home party, but I didn't make it. But it was off
So
the
your
chain.
friends lit too?
Yeah, they lit. Oh, they definitely lit. So, and I violated a few more times after that, probably another time after that. And I did some more county time and just expunged it. And so I'm still throwing the parties. And at this point, I'm starting to figure like, man, I got to try something. I got to do something different. I got to try something different.
I was just gonna say, like, at what point I'm waiting for that turnaround, because it's like the person I know now is like it's just so different. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so you know, like I said, it wasn't COVID friendly. So I was actually attempting to gain employment. You know, one time I got a job, man. That's why school is so important. When I say it was hard labor, all I did.
You feel like they slaved you?
What? I wouldn't say slavery, but how we use it, all I did was go to work, get off of work, take a shower, eat, go to sleep. I ain't had, my body was, oh my gosh, I wasn't
making good
using
money?
No.
So that's the frustrating part.
A minimum wage. You know, I don't know how the older people, you have to give a major respect to a lot of our parents who raised households with minimum wage jobs.
With multiple kids in the
With
house.
multiple kids, single parents household, even if it's a double, $8, $9, $10 an hour is no money. I remember in high school, I was making $10 an hour. My mom was making $10 an hour.
Wow.
She was raised 2 boys, so it was rough. So I'm shifting to find my purpose and where I'm going, but I'm still attached to the streets. See, it's so easy to get into the easy money. Dang, I could do this, or this would come through you. Like, dang, I could, you know. So that's so easy versus then clocking in, you know,
Because
check.
it's real, you getting $1,500 an hour versus working 30 days.
You
to
might
get 15.
you might get 100 in 1 minute. You get what I'm saying? In that 1 second, you know, you got to work a lot of hours to get $100 tax, like for cash. So what I eventually did was I started going to school for wastewater operator. Very good profession, y'all. Get into it. To work for the city, but I'm still attached to the street. So I'm still like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And in the midst of doing this, I still go to jail for minor things a few times. One time, resisting arrest, just little petty
Little
misdemeanors,
misdemeanors,
weed
right.
charges, you know, drive with suspended license, you know, and again, friends, and that include family. I end up going somewhere with a friend of mine.
But before you get into that, because you said friends, family, and we want to talk about influences, I know your mom was just like, Micky, whatever she called you,
Listen,
just sit down.
one thing about them Haitians, they don't like friends no way. They always say, hey,
They
them
don't want
friends,
nobody there, yeah.
man, them friends. Them Haitians, they be right too.
And
I
they
mean.
So what I was getting at, I know your mom, I know you know, Haitian mommy not with it. Anyway.
I had one, even though I had one of the cool Haitian mommies, but they not with it.
Yeah, she still wasn't with it.
But you know.
What friend, okay, so you have all these friends, they lit like you lit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But is it anybody you can think about during that time that was just like, yo, man, bruh, chill, bruh?
First of all, it's difficult for you to tell me to chill, because mind you, I'm out here, I'm hanging, I'm banging, I'm fighting, you know, that come with the streets, you know, beefing, all that come with it. So, you know, you can't tell me to chill and you either doing the same thing or you just as worse as me. Just don't How you gonna tell me to chill? So, you know, there's no positive role model.
So there was no influences like chill.
There were plenty of influences, even positive influence. But at the time, you know, when you irresponsible and not matured, you don't really know how to properly take that guidance, especially if you didn't grow up.
Probably something you wasn't really trying to hear at the time.
No, most definitely. I was hard-headed.
Wait, when is your birthday?
I'm a Virgo.
You're a Virgo? Okay. Yeah. So Virgos are leaders.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So the thing with that was, sometimes you got to be ready. If you're not ready for something in the moment, it'll end up being a destruction for you. Right. So I wasn't ready for it. So when I'm these influences, because I have family members and all, you know, take me to church, want to talk to me, but let me tell you the thing with the youth nowadays. It's hard for you to tell the youth to stop doing this, and you have no avenue to shift them to. You can't
escape.
You can't say, hey man, stop doing this. I got a job, man, to pay you $16, $17, $18 an hour, $15 an hour. Wow. Or I got a career that you can get into that beats what you're doing. Because sometimes people be in the streets, they don't make that much money, or it's just the thrill, the lifestyle, the flexibility, all that playing a part. Because we know plenty of guys that's in the streets, they ain't got no car, they don't ain't even renting, so it's about the money, but it's not all about the money. So I had those positive influence, but I wasn't ready to listen. Everybody always known me to be a pretty smart guy. I graduated high school with a high GPA. I always been intelligent. You can see by me throwing parties at so young, being to real life. I'm talking about I'm 16.
And being successful.
16, 17. I'm running securities. I'm running a whole event, and you know they ain't like that. Like, who is this? But at this moment, I'm your boss, or you work for me because I have to pay you at the end of the night. You know, that sounds kind of good. Young boss. So I eventually got caught up and went to the feds. That was my last stint.
Now stuff is getting real.
I'm sitting it. Now, at this moment, I had nothing to do with, but in the feds, conspiracy is hard to beat. Like, conspiracy is just, they feel like you know something, you're a part of it. Either you tell them something, either way you're going to jail. I ain't got nothing to tell you. I wasn't raised like that. We don't talk to the police.
You don't got nothing. Nothing.
So I went and did my time, and but at this point when I'm in
time, so for the people who don't know, let's be clear.
When I went in there, that lady they don't tell you years, they tell you months.
Okay.
So she like, Micky, Mom Branch will sentence you to 100 months in federal prison. I'm trying to
calculate like.
What?
Wait, there's 12 months in a year.
I'm calculating. So she gave me 8 months and some change. And I'm like, how am I gonna do all of this time? See, before I got
8 years.
8 years and what is that, 4 months? 8 years and 6 months, one of those.
Okay.
So I'm like calculating like, how am I gonna do all this time? You know, but also, you know, I didn't have the pressures of everybody else. You know, I don't have any children. I don't have, you know, I got family. That's it. So it's hard on everybody else. But I was given 100 months, and doing that 100 months, you know, you got a lot of time to think. You got 100 months to think. Though, you know, with good behavior, staying out of trouble, all those good things.
Wait, just take me back when she said those 100.
I'm trying to calculate. 12, 24, 36. I'm calculating. I'm like, I'm getting a 6, 7, 8. But you know, the lawyer telling you, man, you know, we're gonna try to get this. So I'm like, man. And then, I mean, as I'm calculating this and I'm sitting down, I mean, it's nothing you can really do once they give it to you.
So this couldn't be
Only other thing you do is offer government assistance, and that's something I wasn't going to do. But either way, you still got time.
What do you mean by that?
Government assistance is what we know as snitching.
Okay.
So that
we learned something for you guys who didn't know, like I did. Government assistance is what it's called.
Snitching.
Okay, snitching.
So I didn't have nothing to tell them. I wasn't going to tell them nothing. And at the end of the day, whether someone else got me where I'm at, I made the conscious choice to say, I'm gonna ride with you, I'm gonna do this with you.
I'm gonna be associated.
Period.
Yeah.
So it's my fault. I chose to do that. I had a choice. Even if it's a gun put to my head, I still got a choice to say, no, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. Do what you, I have a choice.
So that was your reality. So when you heard the sentence, you already walked into it like, this, I got it. This is what it is.
Nah, it really doesn't hit you like it hit you, but you got to think about it. When you leave from getting sentenced, and this process is fast. Boop, 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 going down 100 months, because you already signed the plea, so you already accept the responsibility because you get a certain amount of, you get some time off.
Like service time for the time you're waiting.
If you accept responsibility, they bring you down a couple levels, so you probably should have got more, but they're gonna put you on the low end of the sentencing guideline. Okay. So by the time I can even say anything to my lawyer, let's go. Now you gotta walk through these halls chained up, and you have to process this. So I'm processing it, and I mean, you have to, it's like a life on its own, so you have to continue to, yeah, so everybody was shocked when they heard, like, man, Mick got 8 years, damn, what did he do?
And you know what, when I hear things like this and I heard your story, it's like one of those moments where it's some things money can't fix or solve.
It's people.
You making all this money, you out here, you one of the youngest and hottest promoters in Broward County, you stacked all this bread, and I think that just happens to people at some point in their life.
I was in there.
You have a situation where money can't fix.
I was in there with millionaires, people from Colombia, Cuba. They don't care. They try to give the people boats, houses. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Money doesn't work in the feds.
Right.
Lawyer, all that, it's just waste of money.
Right.
So I had to go back and process, and though you got guys that it's a lot to process, but you got guys that's in there like it ain't that bad, but you start to adjust and realize, okay, I gotta do your years. Everybody handle it different. Some people lay in the bed all day, depressed. I mean,
what's some of the stuff you seen in the feds, like just like some of the crazy stuff?
Listen, it's cruel.
That we probably don't see on TV or hear about.
It's not. It's as easy as going to college. Like, cause when I first got there, it was like, damn. It's like dorms. It's college, just all men.
Time to eat.
It's all men. But it gets crazy because you got different states, you got cars. So you got to roll with your car. Like, you don't have to be in no gang, but you have to roll with your car, because if something happened with these guys in this state, I mean, I've seen stabbings. I've seen people die, either from the horrible medical.
So to survive, like, this is where your street smarts come in.
Kick in.
Not only that, your book smarts.
Yeah, kick in.
You applying everything.
Everything, because you have to move a certain way. You see, at the time I was a boy, prison matured me into a man, because you got a group of boys who've been searching to become a man, and some of them may have found it and some of them haven't. So it's like you learning from a whole lot of people.
What happened with those lit friends that you had out here, and now you're in the feds? Now they rolling with you, y'all all lit together. Now you're in the feds. Tell me
he
about
wasn't
that.
with me shooting in the gym.
What happened? Were they still lit with you? I mean, they can't be in there with you, but were they
Nah,
still?
you know, I had my best friend. She was always there. You know, my close family. But a lot of times, and I don't blame anyone. And I think that's what helped me. A lot of times, people.
You didn't get hateful, bitter.
It was moments, but as I matured,
you didn't harbor that.
No, as I matured, I realized it's really my fault I'm here. Nobody else's.
Nobody owes you anything.
Nobody owed me anything. But at the same time, they weren't there. I mean, how they should be. You know, I knew that because this wasn't my first rodeo. And you can't expect them because it's out of sight, out of mind. They don't see you every day. You know, like and also life is fast out in the real world. 24 hours go by like this.
Right.
So life is a little slower. It's like sometimes you don't realize things are moving until you see the babies growing. You're like, damn, I've been in here that long. I was locked up with a friend of mine.
I honestly did not realize it was that long.
Yeah.
I did not. When I seen the post, I was really like, honestly, I was like, man, was locked up. Like, I literally was like, wow. Like, when I seen it, I felt, first of all, I felt bad because I'm like, we were never friends, but just seeing you and knowing about your success and seeing you around, going to a couple of your parties and stuff, I was just like, yo, like, even a letter would have been like love. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Even a letter.
I tell people all the time, a letter goes farther. A letter and pictures go farther than money sometimes. Because
like,
we're gonna find a way to survive. I was working, I was teaching classes. I had like 9 jobs.
So, one of the youngest and successful promoters in Broward County. Now you're in the feds, and you. Okay, now we're about to get into good stuff because now you in the feds and you running stuff in the feds. Like you setting up shop.
Yeah, I mean, I had a store. You know, when you come in here, yeah, I got chips. I had a Love and Hip Hop special. You come get, you know, two snacks. Yeah, listen, cause you know, once we ripping and running at night, everybody want to go watch their little TV shows and kick back. The door's locked. You know, you just wait for lockdown. So I had a little Love and Hip Hop special. Shout out to Mona Scott, you know, we watching that joint faithfully. You know what I mean?
So you ain't missing out on what's going on in the world, really.
Oh, nah, we keeping up. We not fit. Listen, things travel faster in there than.
Y'all probably the top bloggers, get all the news, all the
people got it on the computer. It's crazy.
The police out here trying to solve stuff. Y'all already figured out who did it.
We want to be so bad out there. Man, they got so many services, man. I mean, in there for us, like, it's crazy. But, you know, I can't wait on nobody to send me no money. So I'm cooking, you know, pizzas, I got pizzas. You know, what's up, $5, 5 stamps. We run off stamps. That's the dollar value.
Okay.
5 stamps, I got pizzas. Hey, you making pizzas today? Yeah, all cheese. All right, man, let me get 3 of them. I got my list. I'm in the room, I got dough everywhere. Listen, oh yeah, I'm making my wraps. Spaghetti bowls, yeah, I'm cooking. You got to learn how to survive. So I applied my same mentality in there. I was teaching classes. People think
what type of classes?
People think we don't do nothing in there. Man, I would get up 6 in the morning, go teach 2 workout classes. From there, I come back, take a shower, go to work. I was working in the medical facility. Somebody might fight, get popped over here, there's blood, they calling me. I got to clean the blood up.
They don't have nurses for that?
Nah, they don't clean the blood up.
Oh.
I get paid. Where the blood at?
Okay.
You got bammed up, let me get that up.
So wait, how did the workout classes come into play? You just something
everyone works out in the federal prison.
Okay.
Just about everyone works out.
Okay.
Rec yard, everybody going to the rec yard. So I became one of the top fitness guys on the yard from consistently working out. And I realized that, you know what? This is where, you know, that's where the world is heading to. So let me jump on this. But I also had like mentors or older guys that was getting into it, and they showed me. And then some of them got out, and I seen how good they was doing, made me take it even more serious. So I got my master fitness license through NFPT.
Wow.
I got culinary arts, HVAC, carpentry. When most people was going right to the rec yard, I was going left to the education house, or I would meet somebody that was a specialist at what they do. Let's meet up at the library.
You making money, you setting up shop, you're an entrepreneur, like.
I literally.
You had it going on.
Yeah. So.
But did this ever come to your mind like, this is good for me, this is bad for me, I hate it here? Nobody wants to be locked up.
No, but I realized sometimes it was a blessing in disguise. So, and a lot of times it's what you make it. So you could be working at McDonald's now and you're making the best of it, and that prepares you or propels you to do something further. I'm in prison. You have to deal with your reality. The reality of the facts is I'm in prison. I got a release date. I know what it is. What am I going to do from this time to this time?
Wow.
I educated myself from this time to that time. So I got everything they had to offer, because one of my favorite quotes is, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Well, I know you were telling me at one point, where we are now, you wrote out that vision. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It's actually a scripture. Write the vision, make it plain. Like, you strategically, where we are now, you say you got number time. You actually planned this out. And there's so many people out here, like myself, like, I'm like, me is out and I ain't getting nothing accomplished. Like, okay. And so what is your, like, I just want to pause and just like give encouragement to people that, you went in the feds, you wrote out this vision. It's so many people that's out here who's able to have their freedom and just waste time.
I was gone
time.
5.5 years. If someone, let's say if someone put up their taxes for 5.5 years, they get $3,000 every year. They would have 15 grand.
Okay.
To invest. Like, it's so many. It's just about putting a plan together. All right, I'm gonna save up. Every 6 months, I'm gonna make sure I save at least $2,000. It's $4,000 a year. 5 years, 20. But we're in an era of instant gratification. I call it microwave success. That's not how things work. For some people, it may happen. Overnight superstar. But you have to plan. Because a man without a plan, you plan to fail.
Wow.
Like, so I wrote everything out. Okay, I'm going to get out, do a personal trainer. I want to get in the trucking business. Plan B, I could do HVAC. Maybe I could open a food truck. I wrote everything down. When I get out, I'm going to throw a welcome home party. I'm going to do this. But one of the biggest things I think I did, I didn't hold nobody responsible for my actions. I got myself in prison because I had made the conscious choice to engage in whatever activities that I engaged in.
You think that was one of the keys?
Yeah, because when I get out, listen.
Accountability.
Accountability was number one.
Wow.
Responsibility was number two. And drive was number three. When I came out, I was catching the bus for a lot of days. A lot of people.
When you got out?
Yes.
I thought when you got out.
No, how? They wasn't looking out when I was in there. You know they ain't dropping off
This is starting from the bottom. You out now.
I'm out. $0. I had.
Like you on a BCT.
I came out, my couple family and friends, they came by, dropped money, but coming fresh out, even if you got $2,000-$3,000, you have to buy clothes, soap, everything. And I'm in a halfway house. So I gotta buy food. If you don't want to eat their food, you gotta do everything. You gotta get a phone. A phone now is $1,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's about a 700 sub in.
A good phone. So what I did was I was catching the bus.
Wow.
I'm going to the interview. My first job offer, I caught the bus to LA Fitness. Got right off 10th Street, LA Fitness.
Oh, you going to the high end now.
Oh yeah, but I was prepared. I had all my certifications. I had got my CPR AED license in the halfway house. The halfway house is a stepping stone to prepare you if you utilize it correctly.
And with the halfway house, you were able to be out, and then
you had to put where you're going, when you're coming back, and they call you every second. It's a headache, but they offered me a job. But guess how I came? I came sharp. bow tie, suspenders, clean. I came
With the drip.
with the drip. The man was like, man, you came ready. Offered me a job. I ended up taking another opportunity where I was able to still train, but also get training on being a life coach. So that allowed me a lot of avenues to speak at the World Refugee Conference, to speak to senators, mayors, like Dr. White, her name's Dr. White, she got a team called a life coaching team, and she gave me that opportunity, and I was able to speak at mental health symposiums that they put on. So that was a good opportunity.
And so I just want to make sure that, like, we're following you. You got out, nothing was given to you. You started from the bottom, and, you know, hey, Ella Fitness, let me go there. You got that job. And then opportunities and things, like the universe just started, things just started coming your way.
The universe asks what you're given. Like, you just have to seek it. So
things are coming, these opportunities.
They will come because that's the energy that you're putting out there. So that's the energy you're getting back.
Amazing.
So opportunities became coming. So I'm literally weighing through. Dang, I got these 3-4 places I can go work at. I got my pick, and I'm looking at like, man, these guys say it ain't no. Man, everyone in the halfway house basically had a job. So now we're in the era where it's convict friendly. They get a tax credit.
Right.
They can.
We talked about that in the beginning. We were talking about when you first started. It was not.
Yes, it was not convict friendly. So
but now it is.
It was a lot easier. So I started working and I started training at that facility, and that facility gave me the platform to be able to start training my clients. So people, being that I was already knowing, people began signing up, coming, making money, and I began to build what was known as Optimal Formula Fitness. And this name was somebody in prison actually drew this logo, this exact logo.
Wow.
Yes, I told him my vision, and he drew it out.
Nice.
And if you notice,
is he still in?
No, he's out. He's in Atlanta. Yeah, he's out. The O is actually an arrow, so it's like a rejuvenation, constantly going, optimal, never stopping. So, and I did my due diligence while I was in prison, and I was like, I'm gonna push this optimal. Where it came from, it was a CO in there. He was from Broward County, and there was 3 of us, about 3 or 4 of us in a car. We worked out every 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, and he was like, optimal. And then we back and forth playing with it. If it's not optimal, and he would say, it's not fitness. If it ain't optimal, it ain't fitness. Every time I come through the gate, he would say, optimal, baby, optimal.
If it's not optimal, it's not fitness.
It's not fitness. So that's where the brainchild actually came from. And I came out and I put it down. I got the logo done, and I really like hit the ground running, and opportunities kept coming, and I didn't come out feeling like anybody had to give me something, anybody owed me something. I just really grinded my way and climb, and help comes throughout the way. I had a cousin who was letting me borrow his car. He was letting me. I had a cousin who was letting me borrow his car. And, I was using this car to get around, so people begin to help. I had people offer to help me purchase equipment, so I appreciate all those people that played their vital roles in assisting me, because.
And it's good because you know what I believe? I believe that when God gives you a vision, he's never going to give you a vision without the provision, which is the tools.
Yes.
So all these people, you using your cousin's car sometimes, these people just assisting you with just, hey, I bought you some equipment. All those people were just like little things, that was still part of the vision.
Yes. So, and one of the main things I made sure I came out with was, I gotta make sure I got tools in my toolbox, because I can give you all the tools needed to make $1 million. If you don't have no tools in your toolbox, you not gonna get nothing accomplished. You don't know what a wrench is. you don't know what a screwdriver is, you don't know how to use a drill.
It sounds like we got an entrepreneur summit coming up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's on the way. That's definitely on the way.
It sounds like we have an entrepreneur summit coming up, you guys.
I'm about to shift to business consultant. Just take it easy.
Okay.
But
Ain't gonna drop too much.
I also wrote a book while I was in prison.
Okay.
You weren't aware of that. It's called Colin Kaepernick, the Modern Day Martyr. I wanted to validate Colin Kaepernick while he was alive, and I showed other people who took some of the similar stances, but in different arenas. So maybe in politics, maybe in sports, maybe in schools. I wrote several books. I published one that's on Amazon now. You can look it up with my name, Micky Branch. It's in my link, Magnetic the Coach. You can find that. But that was one of my other major accomplishments, being able to sit in there and write a book. I got 3 other co-authors, one of them out. The other one is biracial. She lives in Germany, Beverly. Saeed's out, and S. Dot, he's still in. But yeah, hopefully one day we can get that book, that copy to Kaepernick. But it's a real good book. But and I also wrote another book called What Is a Man? Because as I'm in here trying to figure out what a man really is, I realized that how do you expect a young boy in Black America to know what constitutes what a man is? See, women have intuition. They grow. If they have a baby, they know they have to be connected. They know have motherly. Y'all have that nurture, that nature, that instinct. But how do you expect a young Black man in Black America to know how to become a man with no one showing him, no one giving him the tools, no one guiding him? People don't understand. A lot of times you're dealing with men with boyish minds, so they haven't matured or grown up. Right. So therefore you looking for him. Why he won't do this? Because his mom always did it for him.
Right.
He's still a boy in the mind.
Right.
Physically, he looks like a man, talks like a man, walks like a man, but those aren't the things that constitute being a man.
And that's what Magnetic, the coach, comes in at. So what's some platforms you're coming to 2020 with when it comes to so now we're getting to this is big for Broward County.
Yes, it is.
Like the Broward County School Board, the YMCA, all of these organizations in Broward County, these mentoring programs, they definitely need to be having you on those platforms. You have your own platform,
yes.
But I just think it's so amazing, your story, just from Mick with the stick to Magnetic the coach, and it's just I know that in between the transition, it was some pain, some hardships.
Yes, it wasn't easy because you're growing and you want to do this or you really want to be this. But once you realize who you really are and what you want to do, it's so easy because I found my purpose, and it was fitness, and it was bringing health in all aspects, in all areas of your life. Because you have to have a healthy mind, a healthy body, a healthy soul. So I got out and I kept pushing it, and I got support, and I kept climbing, and I kept climbing. And you find people that want to help you, and people that support what you do, and you grow with it. And I was able to eventually open a fitness studio, not only to help myself, but also help other trainers. I
was just about to say that. You know what I get when I talk to you off with camera, of course, it's your passion to pass the torch is there.
Yes.
To it's not about me. Everybody plays a role, and everybody's gonna eat, and we're all gonna elevate. Because
the OGs or the ones that I learned from, they passed on the information because they've been through it. They may have life. I had multiple cellmates had life. Some of them got off from clemency through Obama. Some of them still in there. Awesome. So they were able to pass on the wisdom, the guidance that they're growing pains on to me. Look, man. And then it's a revolving door. They watch people come in and out. So it's look, man, don't make this mistake. Don't say this is what you're gonna do and you go home and you do otherwise. So I just stuck to my plan. We oftentimes don't want to stick to a plan. It may not take 4 months like me.
The first gem I got so far is accountability. The second one is to make the plan. The third one is to stick to it.
So you got to stick to it. if you don't see the plan all the way through, how you know if it works? How do you know if it's wrong?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So many people come up with a plan. Your New Year's resolution 2019, you didn't even finish. I'm gonna lose weight. You can't do 1 month in the gym. Gyms make all their money from the beginning of the year to 2-3 months after. They make all of their money to last them for the rest of the year in 90 to 120 days. That lets you know people don't stick through their plans. So even if it didn't take me 6 months, 8 months, 4 months, I would continue because this is what I want to do and I had a passion for it and I had a drive for it and I was gonna keep digging until I dug all the way through. So now I'm opening my fitness studio and I look to open the avenue for other guys that like me to possibly even sponsor guys who's coming in the area to eventually get their licenses and come home and have an avenue to come on because it is hard when you come on.
And having an Atlanta location.
Yeah, it's definitely coming to Atlanta. So it is hard. I'm not going to tell you it's easy.
Right.
Sometimes you need a little help. Sometimes you need a lot of help, but it's hard. So.
Is there a membership fee to come to the gym, or it's just open?
It's open. It's multiple trainers here. You come in and you see what trainer you like to work with, and you ask them for their prices.
Okay.
So Optimal Formula Fitness Studios is open.
And I want to just tap into those boot camps. Because they look fine. They look dope. I haven't done one. I haven't got it. I haven't got involved in. Yeah, it's
one thing about it. Anything you want to do.
That I might cop out.
Everybody say that, but most of the people that sign up with me, even if they fall off for whatever personal reason, they always come back. So it's fun. I make it fun because you don't want to do nothing that you just like you don't want to get up and work every day. Mm-hmm. Some people eventually quit, because it's not fun. Right. So I make it fun. I make it, and number one, we're gonna make sure we get results. So once you see, oh, I look good, you got on that optimal waist trainer, and you see that you snatching, and you losing weight. You know what I'm saying? I keep my CBDC with me, and you detoxing and you losing weight. You become motivated. Now you calling me, hey, can I come in tomorrow? I know I ain't. Now and that's my goal.
Yeah, and it's basically you get everything. You have your waist trainers, you have the tea, you have the smoothies.
Yeah. Shout out to my vendor plug, Juice Superhuman. She linked me with all of my vendors. So.
You get your athletic gear.
Yeah.
It comes in a lot of I see pink. I want the pink one. Yeah.
I don't only do fitness, but I delve into merchandise because why go to a major brand like Nike and Adidas when you come to Optimal?
When you can be optimal.
Yeah, all the way through. So I got all the gear. I got everything you need: resistance bands, waist trainers, yoga mats. Oh, wow. So I hope when you walk to Just for Feet and you see them signs, you're gonna see that O up there. Yeah. You're gonna. Ooh.
They will.
They're gonna see the O up there. So
and you gotta remember what the O stands for, and this is
optimal. It means to be the best at what you do. You ain't got to be the best. You got to be the best at what you do, and that's what the brand basically stands for. And I just hope to motivate anybody who's ever either been in prison or in trouble with the law or never. Just to inspire them to look at my story and know, look. Yeah,
because prison is not always a physical thing; it's a mental thing.
Yes,
and I think we talked about that with one of your trainers. What FDs is like, it can be a mental thing too.
Yes, because it holds you back. Because though I was a prisoner physically, a lot of people was prisoners mentally, and that's why they were stuck 5 years ago the same way they are 5.5 years later. Wow. So you couldn't hold my mind captive. It was wondering.
Wow. So listen, you guys find all of those links, and I gotta let you know, if it's not optimal,
it's not fitness.